Every employer in the state of California is required to have an injury and illness prevention program, known to most people as the safety manual. In California, there's 7 elements involved: responsible person, compliance, communication, hazard assessment, hazard correction, accident investigation, and training. Compliance and training are somewhat enmeshed, but I'm going to focus specifically on compliance. When you talk to most employers, they think of compliance, they think is disciplinary action. If my employee did something wrong, I'm going to punish them. And I've had employers come into me and say, my employees violate the rules, I fire them. And I say, hey, whoa, you're missing the whole point. The whole point is to get your employees to work safely so they don't injure or get themselves ill, and you don't have to deal with an enforcement inspection or higher workers' comp rates. So, but going beyond the disciplinary action is essential, because when you resort to disciplinary action, no one is happy. If you have children, when you get to that point and you're disciplining, they're unhappy and you're unhappy. So what we want to focus on is the other elements within the compliance section. On the flip side of disciplinary action, there is positive reinforcement. And some people think positive reinforcement, then, well, we got to give gift certificates away for people, or a trip to Barbados. No, it's complicating that way too much. It could just be verbal compliments with written recognition. And if you are going to go the route of material things to motivate employees to be safety conscious, come up with solutions, observe safety hazards, you want to get their input. Because if you're going to spend money on something, you want to make sure that it's going to be desirable and appreciated. And if not, it's all for naught. But in between those two streams of punishment and reward, you have the middle path, which is training and retraining. And training itself is essential, because you can't do the right thing, as with your children. They can't do the right thing unless they know what the rules are, unless they know what to do. So you want to tell them what to do and how to do it, and be very clear about that. And you want to remove those obstacles to them getting the job done safely, like providing the right equipment and gear to do the job the way it should be done. But also you want to tell them the why. Why do you want to work safely? And that's kind of difficult in health and safety. It's because if the safety program is effective, nothing happens. No one is injured. No one gets sick. So you're going to have to want to motivate them by painting it in stark pictures of using their imagination and painting stark contrasts and focusing on experience. So I might say to some employees, I would say, so imagine yourself if you got injured or sick, you're lying on the couch at home, in pain, repeated trips to the hospital, workers' comp not paying all your bills, just generally feeling your life is slipping away. Or you could be working and having a fully satisfying job, and then in the summer, water skiing on the lake with your family, wind blowing through your hair. Quite the contrast between those two. So it all starts with training and then positive reinforcement, and if that doesn't work, retraining. And lastly, disciplinary action. And if you find yourself resorting to punishment again and again, reassess your training program and ensure that there's a two-way communication between employer and employee, so the health and safety of the employee and the organization is ensured for all.